On this week's show, Peloton's latest earnings call, plus there is a recall for the seat post on the Peloton Bike Plus.
Plus, Peloton's integration with ChatGPT is launched. Hannah Corbin has a new stretching program, and much, much more.
Welcome to Pelo Buddy TV, a show for the Peloton community by the Peloton community. Here are your hosts, Amanda Siegel and Chris Lewis.
Welcome to episode 245 of Pelo Buddy TV, a show for the Peloton community by the Peloton community. I am Amanda Siegel, and this week I am joined by Ms. Jamie Brooks, Pedal to Paris herself. Oh my goodness,
Hello.
Jamie. It is so great to have you on here.
I know, it's great to be on. Happy to pinch hit, and while Chris is out adventuring, it's usually you that's out adventuring. So
Right. We've done one show together though, right? I think we've done one. No.
I've done it. It's been with Chris when you've been out gallivanting around doing something fabulous. So,
Well, I have my feet on the ground, and I am so excited to get to do this with you. I really do like having the dynamics of somebody different. Love Chris, but it's always nice to have somebody different on you. So thank you so much. I know it's always a little bit crazy to try and fit this in the middle of everything, but I really, really appreciate it. So thank you, and welcome to the podcast this week.
thank you.
Well, we do have a lot to get through, so I guess let's just get right into it. As always, folks, before we get started with the news, we'd like to remind you how you can keep up to date with all of our content across all of our platforms. Every episode is released on our YouTube channel. Just hit the subscribe button in the bottom right-hand side of the video and hit the notify button to make sure that you never miss an episode. And if you prefer to listen to us whilst on the move, every show is also available on all podcast platforms. Just search for Pelo Buddy TV and hit subscribe. Finally, we are on Facebook, Instagram, X, all those social media platforms. So again, just look for Pelo Buddy and make sure you don't miss out on anything. And now, Jamie, let's get on with the show.
First, let's do a rundown of the latest Pelo news.
All right, folks. Well, first up, Peloton released its Q1 fiscal year 2026 financial results on Thursday, beating analysts' expectations despite the continued declines in its subscriber base. For the quarter, Peloton reported revenue at $551 million versus the $542 million that was expected. So that was really something that was definitely on the right track moving forward. The net income was $14 million, a significant improvement from the previous year. Next quarter revenue guidance, $665 to $685 million, again ahead of analysts' $661 million forecast. So Peloton ended the quarter with 2,732 paid hardware subscribers, which was down from the 2,875 the previous quarter, and expects a further decline to 264 to 267 million next quarter. The app subscribers, folks, also fell from 588,000 to 542,000. Yet, despite the shrinking subscriber base, the recent membership price increase has helped improve profitability, which is really what we said was going to happen. People are paying a little bit more, but we're keeping them out there and we're keeping them in it. CEO Peter Stern did express optimism. He emphasized Peloton's focus on returning to profitable growth and expanding its leadership in connected fitness and wellness. The results did exclude sales from the new cross-training hardware line, which launched on October 1st, 2025, which was really the start of the Q2 earnings. So Peloton says that they do anticipate a strong holiday season driven by this new lineup. The report did, though, come out the same day as the recall of nearly 1 million Bike Plus units over the seat post issue, which did initially cause the stock to decline. However, shares rose more than 10% in after hours trading following the earnings release. So all round, not as bad as we thought it was going to be. Definitely some positive stuff coming out of that. We just have to kind of cross our fingers and hope that Peter Stern knows what he's doing and that he can continue to move the company in the right direction. So that's kind of where we are, Jamie.
I think that, there's going to be with the price increase, was probably a lot of people that were just like, you know what, I'm not using it anyway. I'm going to cancel it. So I think the drop off this time is probably a lot bigger. I think it'll probably level off.
I
it's
agree.
Still such a great value, even for what you get for the price to me.
100%.
But, I'll happily just continue giving them my money because, when you compare it to other competitors or gyms or things of that nature, you're still getting a lot for your membership. So I guess people that may not have been using it decided to cut the cord, but hopefully we'll keep headed in the right direction financially. So
yeah, agreed. That's actually a really good perspective. I didn't actually think about that, in that it was really the drop off probably did come, as you said, right after they made that increase, and that'll level out. That's a really good thought that I never actually had. So yeah. All right, tell us what's next.
Yeah, so you mentioned it a little bit about the seat recall. So it is a very important heads up to those using the original Bike Plus. Peloton has issued a recall for certain original Bike Plus models because the seat post can break during use, and that poses a fall risk. So this recall affects bikes with the model number PL02 and serial numbers starting with the letter T. So that's what you would need to check. It's about 833,000 bikes in the US and 44,000 in Canada that are included in this recall. So the affected bikes were sold between December of 2019 and July of 2022 through Peloton, Amazon, eBay, and Dick's Sporting Goods, although you are safe if you got your bike from Costco. It does not include any Costco units. So far, there have just been 3 reports of breaks and 2 of injuries in the US. So if you own one of these bikes, visit Peloton's recall page to request a free replacement seat post.
Yeah, I need to do it. My Bike Plus is there. And you know what? I have a bike here and a bike in Miami, but the one in Miami absolutely does drop all the time. Not significantly that it's, caused any issues and no breakage, but before it does do that, I definitely need to get that taken care of. So
yeah, I have the OG bike and it used to slip down a little bit. And then when I did the post replacement, it totally stopped moving and I never have to adjust it again. So.
Okay, good. All right. I'll go ahead and take care of that. All right. Well, everyone's talking about ChatGPT. So Peloton is right there in the thick of things with their new ChatGPT integration. It was announced back in October, just this past year, and it's now live, marketing the first major step towards incorporating AI-driven personalization into the fitness ecosystem. The integration built directly into ChatGPT allows users to search for Peloton classes, view class details, build short training plans, and add classes to their Peloton schedule, though it is not yet available to add to your stack. While the concept shows significant promise, especially for creating personalized training plans and simplifying those class discoveries, the first version does suffer from accuracy and usability issues. It's been reported that ChatGPT often returns outdated or incorrect class information. So, for example, like mislabeling a zone training class. And it struggles with advanced searches. Like if you put in zone 2 power zone endurance ride, that typically, stumps it and is not 100% sure of what to pull. Users can connect though their Peloton account via OAuth within ChatGPT, ensuring privacy and authentication security. However, free ChatGPT users quickly hit response or usage limits, limiting plan building functionality. Currently, training plans generated by ChatGPT are short, often capped at 14 days, and may, as I said, contain non-existent or mislabeled classes. Adding workouts to the user's schedule works inconsistently, sometimes scheduling the wrong class or replacing it on the wrong date. So make sure that you're checking to see for sure that those classes actually do exist. So you're not suddenly in a situation where it's like, okay, well, where is that? Despite these early issues, though, Peloton's CTO has positioned this as part of a broader AI vision that also includes Peloton IQ, which is the company's new intelligent training recommendation system for its cross-training hardware line. So definitely incorporating that advanced technology, and we're hoping to see that these bugs will slowly get fixed and people will really be able to use the technology to the fullest extent.
Yeah, I think it'll continue to learn as people, use it. I think it's a very smart move to do something that is based outside of, the walls of Peloton, so to speak. Because especially, Gen Z, they lean on that Chat GPT for lots of things. So they may be more apt to use Peloton if it can design a program for them, even though Peloton obviously has lots of wonderful programs that they have designed, but I think it's just another great resource. I have a friend, Time Out Tammy, she was messing around with it and she was amazed that, she said, put together, a program with me specializing in these particular instructors and this type of thing. And it spit something out and asked her, do you want me to make it a stack for you in your app? So,
Amazing.
Yeah. So it's very,
Very cool. Very cool.
really cool. So Peloton is taking their workout experience beyond the living room with something called Peloton Spaces. So basically, they're setting up bikes, treadmills, and rowers in gyms, universities, and residential buildings, and making the spaces fully branded with signage and wall graphics so that it feels like more like a Peloton studio. So it's very interesting. The operators that own these also get quarterly reports to see how people are using the equipment. Early examples like University of Texas, UT Austin, show that students are more motivated to exercise, and many even say it influenced their decision to attend. Plus, it signals that the school cares about their wellness, or the organization does. So what's the big picture? Peloton, again, they're moving beyond home fitness and creating premium experiences in commercial spaces. So for gyms and operators, it's a standout perk. And for users, it's access to Peloton in new places.
I love it. I think it is fantastic. And I've always said it's so frustrating. You go into a gym and you'll see that bike, a bike there. You don't necessarily see a treadmill or whatever. So this is just a great way of incorporating the other hardware devices. And I love the idea that they're doing that. My question is, I'm dying to see whether they're going to go ahead and use kind of their old equipment or whether they're going to have cross-training stuff in there. I don't even know what to assume, but I guess we'll wait and see what happens. All right. Well, moving on, as mentioned last week, Peloton has launched the new Flash Challenge called the Countdown to Turkey Burn Challenge. It runs from last Monday, November the 3rd, right through to Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, November the 27th. The challenge is designed to motivate members to participate in the Countdown to Turkey Burn training series, a cross-training program that builds toward Peloton's annual Turkey Burn classes during Thanksgiving week. And, we all love those and wait for them with bated breath as long as the system doesn't crash as it's done in the past. The series does include 3 strength sessions, 2 cardio days, and 1 60-minute workout per week. To earn the challenge reward, members must take all 18 classes from the Countdown to Turkey Burn collection to receive that gold badge. And this particular challenge only has the gold badge. There is only one badge tier, right, for this challenge. Members can opt in, though, through the Peloton app, the web, the hardware devices. For those of you that just aren't into doing the whole full shebang, you can take fewer classes or miss the flash challenge. Peloton also offers a regular countdown to Turkey Burn 2025 badge for completing any of the single classes from the collection. The official Turkey Burn schedule for Thanksgiving Day has not yet been announced. So we are all waiting with bated breath to see what's new. And who knows, maybe we'll get row this year. Maybe we'll get a Turkey Burn row for those folks that have the row. But that's really exciting.
Yeah, they definitely seems like they're trying to incorporate, more of the instructors and modalities with this challenge to kind of the countdown to the Turkey Burn. So I'll be out of the country. Be the first one that I've missed. I'm going to have to try and find a stationary bike or something where I am, and I will be literally pedaling in Paris if I'm able to find a bike on Thanksgiving.
I know. I'm so excited for you. That's so cool. Well, you can always trot in Paris.
I'm like always, I'm a joiner, so I'd like to, be in on it, and so hopefully I'll be able to
doing a lot of walking, so you can always do it from that perspective.
For sure. So Hannah Corbin is out with a new program called 7 Days of Stretching on the Peloton platform. It's 1 week, every day, a focused stretch session. So each day you'll flow through a roughly 10-minute stretch designed to release tension and get your body moving more freely. So whether you're tight from workouts or sitting around, it's a quick, effective reset that you can do even in your living room. The launch of this program aligns very nicely with her new book, Did You Stretch Though?
I love it. And I actually attended her book launch at the studio last Saturday. I was in for marathon weekend, and Dennis moderated, and God, Jamie, they are hysterical together. I had no idea that they were such good friends, but I guess they are really good friends out of Peloton. But they were so funny together. I mean, who knew? So really excited for that, for her book, and have always loved her stretching classes. That tends to be where I've gravitated towards her the most. So that is kind of really cool.
I know some folks that received their quote unquote book, which it's really not a traditional book. And they really liked it. I'm actually today that the show launches, I am attending her book event in Atlanta.
Fantastic.
I've got my pre-ordered copy waiting for me to pick up. But I think she's done a fantastic job, like hustling, promoting, this book. Her social media has been great. Somebody that's helping with her social media, I'm sure they saw me like a post or something, but I got a DM on Instagram that said, "Hey, I'm coming to Atlanta, and come, if you'd like to, get your friends together and come to my event," which I'd already planned on attending, but I thought, that was
wow. Yeah.
I was an Atlanta person. She was coming to Atlanta and sent a DM to invite me to attend the event. So
that's really cool.
I want to respect the hustle. Good job, Hannah.
Yeah. Good job.
Fantastic.
Well, Logan Aldridge has been hustling too, this time with a new program that he's just launched called Power 60 Strength Training. It is a series as part of Peloton's ongoing partnership with HYROX, which has become like the new lingo in the Peloton world. Everyone's talking HYROX. For those of you that aren't familiar with what HYROX is, it is a global functional fitness race organization where folks can literally go and just kill themselves doing crazy activities. You will not find me being in a HYROX forum. But the first 60-minute class dropped on October the 28th and is available on demand across all Peloton platforms. It's described as the ultimate race prep designed to build full body strength, endurance, and power over a 4-week training block leading up to a HYROX competition. The official description states, join Logan for a 60-minute full body workout, blending strength, power, and endurance with scalable intensity and a mobility finish. You'll sweat hard, move well, and feel unstoppable. The workouts feature exercises inspired by HYROX race training, including weighted walking lunges, dumbbell facing burpees, and single arm snatches. A new Power 60 class will drop each month, with Logan suggesting members take one per week and replace it with the next installment as they kind of progress. The series is included within the Peloton X HYROX collection, which also features classes in running, rowing, strength, mobility, yoga, and meditation. It joins Andy Spear's TS60 as one of Peloton's flagship 60-minute strength formats. So don't sleep on those. If you are someone that enjoys, those longer strength building workouts, this is definitely for you guys.
Yes. And Logan is an absolute beast, especially with HYROX. If you've seen his infamous Instagram, if you know, you know. So I'm sure these classes are very intense, but I think I've heard really positive feedback on all of the HYROX content that Peloton has been putting out there from our friends that choose to participate versus be cheerleaders like you and I. So
proverbial cheerleader. Yeah.
So the programs don't stop there. We have a new new strength program from Erik Jager. So they've rolled out, it's a new 1-week strength program with Erik called the Intermediate 4-Day Split. So obviously it's designed for intermediate level users, and this is taught in German by Erik. So it's over 4 focused sessions. You hit different muscle groups and build solid strength without committing to a super long plan. It's just the 1 week, designed to repeat. If you've got some strength base already and you're ready for streamlined pump up and you speak German, this could definitely be the jumpstart that you need. And hot tip, if you've got the new AirPod 3 earphones.
Yes. AirPods, yeah.
And you can take a class in another modality or in another language, and it translates for you with a little delay. I did that with a class with Mariana taught in Spanish. And I was
Did you really? Did it work?
On the tread? Yeah, it did. There was just a little bit of a delay. And I'm sure it depends on, the music and things of that nature. But I mean, it got most of it. And I was like, I understand now.
Wow.
So it's just another interesting way to, if you're not into subtitles,
to
use that. I like to mess around with that stuff.
Well, from the yoga, I already know my perro is my down dog and my niño is my child's pose. And
yes, I know enough Spanish to be dangerous in general, but the German, not at all. So I just a few of the numbers, but I love so many of the German instructors. So
I know.
It's
wanting to be able to jump onto those is fun. No, that's great. I'm actually going to look into those. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Well, from programs to series. And first up is Peloton's first artist series of November 2025, which celebrates the legendary British rock band The Who. With classes that launched this past week, November 6th and 7th. The series invites members to tap into the band's signature guitar smashing energy and rebellious spirit, featuring workouts across 5 modalities: bike, tread, row, strength, and yoga, all taught in English. Most classes were released on demand due to PSNY's closure, but London had 2 live classes. Sam Yo had a 30-minute The Who ride on Friday, November the 7th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, while next door in Studio 2, John Husking had a 30-minute run. The full class lineup, which includes a 20-minute yoga flow with Dennis Morton, a 30-minute full body strength with Ben Aldis. Alex Kay gave us a 20-minute row, but we got a little snack from Jen Sherman with a 10-minute cool down ride. So a little bit of everything from all of those instructors that obviously love The Who.
Yes. Speaking of artist series, there's a new 2-for-1 artist series featuring Anastacia that will be dropping on demand. This class is taught by Hannah Frankson and Charlotte Wiedenbach. This ride was pre-recorded with members and the artist herself in studio, and drops as a premiere ride on Thursday, November 13th, airing for the first time at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So in case you're not familiar with her, Anastacia is an American singer-songwriter who's released 8 albums and sold over 50 million records worldwide, and collecting a total of 227 gold and platinum certifications. So her biggest song, I'm Out of Love, was a hit in the year 2000. So I was not personally familiar with her. I kind of looked her up a little bit, but I absolutely love when they have DJs or, artists in the actual class. So very anxious to take that one and see how it goes.
I'm sure it's going to be fabulous. Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, we always like to recap for you guys this week at Peloton. And this week at Peloton for November the 3rd through the 9th, it included a mix of performance-focused and restorative workouts from FTP testing and endurance training to yoga and Pilates. Matt Wilpers dropped a 10-minute FTP warm-up ride and a 20-minute FTP test ride, both available on demand on November the 3rd. These classes are designed to help members benchmark their power output and track performance progress that they are on the bike. Aditi Shah had a 30-minute Pilates class, which was a full body strengthening and core focus session that dropped on demand on November the 6th. Susie Chan had a live 60-minute endurance run that was yesterday, Saturday, November the 8th at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, which was a long format treadmill run to build stamina and pace consistency. And lastly, Nico Serrani has a 30-minute ambient yoga flow, which dropped on demand today. This class is a calming yoga session focused on mindful movement and relaxation. So lots of new stuff on the platform.
So we have another week of studio closures. So just a reminder, as previously reported by Pelo Buddy, Peloton is planning alternating week-long studio closures this month at PSL and PSNY. So from November 3rd through the 9th, the New York studio was closed with no live member classes. And then from November 10th through the 16th, the London studio is taking a week off of live member classes. So get those milestones in and plan ahead while they're taking a little bit of a break. Come back strong.
Good. Sounds good. Well, our boy John Husking is flipping over across the pond and will be back in the USA, this time for a long time. John will be teaching from PSNY with a pretty full schedule of classes. At least this time, members were given fair warning that John would be on the schedule, with classes dropping this past Thursday to book. I'm not surprised, but the booking system pretty much crashed with all classes gone in literally a minute. People were saying that it was almost impossible to actually get into these classes, and he's got lots of them. So this is the lineup I will share with you guys. He starts off with a 45-minute pop walk on Saturday, November the 29th, so Thanksgiving weekend. A 30-minute EDM run on Sunday, November the 30th, a 20-minute intervals run, and a 15-minute classic rock walk, which will be on Thursday, December the 4th. On Friday, December the 5th, he has a 30-minute pop run. Saturday, December the 6th, a 45-minute 2000s run. Sunday, December the 7th, there's a 30-minute walk plus run. And then finally, on Thursday, December the 11th, he closes out his stint at PSNY with a 30-minute 80s walk. So tons of content from John on the platform. And as a admin of Club Husky, I'm hoping that tons of, Club Husky fans were able to get into the studio and get to move and dance and just party in the club.
Yes, I got very lucky and I was already scheduled to be in New York the first weekend in December. So I was able to get into the Walk Plus Run on Sunday. So
fantastic.
I'm very excited to represent Club Husky.
Good.
And be there in person. And yeah, it was like the Hunger Games. I know everybody I knew was trying to get in those classes. And I think I just know like a couple of us that did.
It
So
was able to get in.
got
Yeah,
to be
great. That's
close
awesome.
and lucky.
Yes, yes. Good internet. That's what I discovered. Bad
Yeah.
internet doesn't work.
Yes, my friend was on a cruise trying to book, and she
Oh,
usually is, she's got all her stuff saved and usually has good luck, but the internet, she was a victim of the cruise board Wi-Fi.
yeah.
So, but people have faith in those wait lists. They probably won't
Yes.
move quite as much for the John classes, but they do work. So keep your eyes peeled and don't lose hope. So we have changing gears here. There is a new showroom in Denver. So Peloton is opening a new micro store showroom in Denver, Colorado at the Cherry Creek Mall. It is their 10th location in this compact showroom format. Each of these locations has Peloton's newest cross-training equipment on display for customers to experience in person. So they have achieved their goal of having 10 of these microstore locations open by the holidays. So other locations include Nashville, Murray, Utah, Boston, Vegas, Short Hills, New Jersey, Seattle, Atlanta, Tampa, and McLean, Virginia in the DC area. So Peloton has stated that early results have seen them make almost the same revenue and help the same number of customers as their previous traditional stores, but at 10% of the cost of a full-size store. So good on
Unbelievable.
them of having a physical presence. I know I was at my local showroom all the time and really missed it closing. So I'm very happy they've opened another one to go visit our friends there and have people go and really be able to experience the equipment in person, I think is wonderful. So keep them coming,
Fantastic.
Peloton.
Yeah. All right. Well, it looks like Peloton has officially expanded its retail presence in Australia through a new partnership with Harvey Norman, one of the country's largest electronics and fitness retailers. So from those of you that are in Australia and have been wondering what has happened to Peloton, because they really kind of went quiet, as of late October, select Harvey Norman stores are now carrying Peloton's cross-training hardware lineup, including Bike, Bike Plus, Tread, etc. This collaboration marks Peloton's return to physical retail in Australia after closing its company-run showrooms during global restructuring efforts. Customers can now, as Jamie said in Denver, can now test devices and speak with Peloton representatives in person. Each showroom features the new cross-training Bike Plus and Treads, showcasing innovations like the 360-degree swivel screen, the movement tracking camera, the Peloton IQ, and suggested weights integration. Harvey Norman locations featuring the products include Bondi Junction, Moore Park, and Melrose in Sydney, Chadstone and Queen Victoria in Melbourne, City West in Perth, Fortitude Valley in Brisbane, Bundle, which is on the Gold Coast, and then Toowoomba in QLD. I believe that's Queensland. I believe that's Queensland. And then Jeps Cross in Adelaide, Fishwick in Canberra, and I believe those are all the stores that they have opened up. This move does coincide with Peloton's broader global retail shift, which includes, as Jamie just chatted about, the micro showrooms, which are these mall kiosks in the US, and other third-party retail collaborations. So I'm sure the Australians are going to be happy that they'll have access to go now and take a look at those new cross-training devices. All right. Well, there's a birthday this weekend and it's today. So happy birthday to Mila Wiedekan, who celebrates her birthday today. All of us here at Pelo Buddy wish you a very happy birthday. And Jamie, let's go right into Instructor in the News, and you are going to get to kick it off.
All righty. Well, congratulations are in order. So Peloton strength and row instructor Katie Wong has just gotten married. So she tied the knot with her fiance Victor in a beautiful beach ceremony in Mexico this past weekend. So several Peloton was represented well. Several instructor colleagues were in attendance, including Ash Pryor, Camila Ramon, Rad Lopez, and of course her good friend and workout partner Tunde Onyinen. So it was
Beautiful. She
absolutely
looked
gorgeous.
stunning.
I mean, so stunning. Tunde did her makeup for her, which is so special. If you know Tunde's background and that she is a retired makeup artist. So that is, incredibly special. And then Rad flew in from had been, I think, in Amsterdam at a Nike event, and then flew immediately out and ran the New York City Marathon the next day. So,
Crazy.
um, so I'm sure it was amazing for her to have such wonderful support, and thanks to everybody that shared pictures from the wedding and let us peek in because it was absolutely gorgeous. So
She
congratulations,
is.
Katie and Victor, on their new chapter. So
And honestly, Jamie, she is just stunning and such a lovely human to go with it. She's just got such a lovely way about her. So I really do hope that she is so happy moving forward. That's awesome. All right. Well, our friend Jess Sims has hinted that she's working on yes, wait for it, a book project, adding author to her growing list of accomplishments. In a recent Instagram broadcast channel update, Jess shared that she has been doing a lot of writing lately and hopes to share it as a book, potentially alongside shorter daily or weekly written reflections. She didn't reveal a title or publication timeline, but she did confirm that the writing is part of a larger creative project. Jess also referenced a Muhammad Ali quote that's been inspiring her. It's not the mountain ahead of you that you have to climb. It's the pebble in your shoe. She used the metaphor to encourage followers to focus on small, actionable steps and self-awareness rather than being overwhelmed by big goals. This isn't Jess's first mention of a possible book. Back in July, she jokingly asked followers if anyone worked in publishing, with the quotes asking for a friend. So as we move Hannah out of her book launch, we'll move Jess in potentially. And don't forget, Maddie Majacomo is supposedly still writing a book. He's off flitting in Japan on his honeymoon, but maybe he'll start working on that when he is back and continuing with his mom writing that book.
yes, and speaking of Hannah's book, she had a book release party in New York City this past week, with tons of instructors that were in attendance. She has been incredibly well supported by both Peloton and her fellow instructors, whether it be at this book release party or on developing social media content. She is really, as we talked about previously, hustling and promoting this book, which, if it wasn't probably was previously mentioned on podcast, but it was also listed on two of different gift lists for Oprah Winfrey. So she went from, working on this book for 2 years to now having be in gift guides for Oprah for this holiday season. So very exciting times for Hannah and all the success she's seeing with her book.
Awesome. Awesome. And talking of Maddie Majacomo, he has returned to the Waze GPS navigation app this holiday season. If you remember, last year, he lent his voice as the spicy gingerbread man, and he is doing a revamp. He is coming back and once again will bring his signature humor and festive energy to drivers with cheerful holiday-themed directions and commentary. To activate his voice, users can open the Waze app, go to settings, go to voice and sound, and select the spicy gingerbread man under voice directions. Maddie described the project as one of the silliest and most fun things he's ever done. This year's re-release coincides with his other creative projects, including his new Broadway-themed podcast, Drama Club with Maddie. So he has been a busy bee.
Well, I look forward to using that once again. So, we love Maddie. We have a new event featuring Ben and Hannah over in the UK. I think this is the coolest concept, which I'd never heard of before seeing this article, but Peloton is teaming up with Earned in Newcastle, UK. It is a 2-day event taking place on November 15th and 16th. So what it is, on day one, Saturday, the 15th, it's all about giving back. So volunteers will help at the Grassroots Football Club, the FC United. They'll be painting, turfing, gardening from 10 to 1, volunteering their time along with, again, the FC United and Ben and Hannah. And as a thank you for helping Peloton, and to say thank you for helping Peloton make real, tangible difference in the community, you will earn a spot in an exclusive Peloton strength class being taught by Ben and cheered on by Hannah after helping FC United with these volunteers. So again, it's a 30-minute exclusive class. It's not going to be filmed to be shown on Peloton. It is simply in person. And the interesting thing about it is there's no ticket cost. You earn a spot by showing up and volunteering. That is the whole concept of this company. Earn was created to turn up the enthusiasm people show for limited edition drops, VIP events, and turning it into a force for good. So the platform creates a cycle that benefits each stakeholder, brands, causes, and consumers, uplifting communities as a whole. So at the time of this filming, there were actually still 50 spots that remain for this amazing opportunity if you are anywhere near Newcastle. So check out the Pelo Buddy article that has a link that goes to the dedicated site talking about this event and where you can make a reservation. So if I was anywhere near there, that seems like such a cool opportunity to volunteer along with your fellow Peloton members.
Especially with the two of them. I mean, Hannah's just hysterical. So.
I know. Yes. So
that's going to be a fun event.
The ending, they're the combo of Hannah, crazy Hannah and
structured Ben.
Ben, yes. So no behavior and all of the behavior.
Exactly.
For make for
together.
So
together.
Let us
Very
know,
cool.
buddy, if you guys attend that event, see how it was, because it sounds awesome.
Awesome. All right. Well, that wraps that up. We are going to run through our class picks of the week and hopefully get this show to you in under an hour. So there you go. All right. I will kick it off. This week's class of the picks. First one, class picks of the week. Oh my goodness. All right. We start off this week with Katie Wong. She had a 30-minute upper body strength class. It dropped on October the 29th. It came to us from Bookish Caitlin, and they said, good, solid workout from Katie. Next up, we had Mariana Fernandez's 45-minute walk plus run. This was from October the 30th at 9 a.m. Eastern. Came to us from Mimi82LS, and they said fun shakeout style run with Carl Radke featured in the class. And then Andy Spear had a 30-minute kickoff to turkey burn full body strength class, also from the 30th. This one was at 11:30 a.m. Came to us from Your Mom 6868, and they said so fun to see the special guests in class with Andy.
We also have from Jeffrey McEachern taught a 30-minute 80s run in English that took place on Halloween at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. This was brought to us by our good friend Tracy C. She said, the energy, the music, the pep talk for the race, the good vibes crew, the marathon. Don't sleep on Jeffrey in any language. I could not agree more.
Yeah. And
yes.
That one, folks, was out of PSNY. So that was actually a New York class, not London, where he usually teaches his classes from.
Yes. And we also have Kira Michelle with a 20-minute Day of the Dead yoga flow from November 1st. It dropped at midnight from Amajar 3, star of class recommendations. She said this was a really touching class. We also have Leanne Hainsby's 30-minute 2000s rock ride from 9 a.m. Eastern Time on November 2nd, also from Amajar 3, that said incredible fun with a great playlist.
Just shooting it back to Kira Michelle, it was so nice to see her doing the Day of the Dead yoga, because that's usually a Mariana slot. But Mariana got to do the run, which apparently was fabulous. I have not done it yet, but she did the Day of the Dead run, and it was really cool to see Kira dressed up and, the Day of the Dead garb and her being part of the festivities. So that was really fun to see. All right. Well, rounding it out, it was a short list this week with New York being closed. So this week we had a 20-minute 2010s ride from Cliff Dwenger. That was from November the 2nd at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, also from Amaja 3. Amanda definitely keeps us on our toes. She said, great mix of pop, hip hop, and Afrobeat tunes. Hannah Corbin gave us a 10-minute stretch. That was from November the 3rd at 10 a.m. Eastern. This one came to us from Millie Smith AI, and they said good first class of her new stretching program. Robin Arzan had a 30-minute countdown to Turkey Burn ride. This was on November the 11th. It was a midnight drop, came to us from Just Dance Lisa, and they said amazing energy and motivation. Oh, I missed the next 3. Sorry. You still have 3 to go.
Sure. So we have a 10-minute countdown to Turkey Burn Core from Rebecca Kennedy that dropped at midnight on November 5th. This came to us from Katie Carey, who said it was a spicy workout, which is not at all surprising from Rebecca. We have a 30-minute yoga and Pilates deep core class from Anna Greenberg. This dropped on November 5th. This comes to us from Frankie K22 and said it is great to see the next one of this series. And finally, we have a 60-minute HYROX training boot camp with Marcel Maurer. Dropped on November 5th. This comes to us from Carl 72DM and said, glad we got some HYROX classes in German.
Fantastic. And that wraps it up, folks. Boy, that was amazing. We did have a lot and we managed to get it in 46 minutes. Look at us, Jamie.
Oh, right.
Even with a little bit of chatting going on, the bantering going on there.
Can't help it.
But we did it. Well, again, I just want to say thank you so much for stepping in and being here. I loved doing this with you. Both you and Harley, your stuff, what you're doing. So it's very helpful to have somebody that is as passionate as I am about the Peloton platform and everything that's going on. I was at a yoga retreat the last few days and was very excited that I managed to run into some Peloton players that I didn't know, and even got 2 to sign up for the app. So there were 2 girls.
For the words, the gospel.
You got to do it. So she was like, oh, I need to know about this Peloton. I said, you can do it on the app. She just left her gym. And so that was kind of fun to do. All right. Well, as always, folks, thank you so much for tuning in, for listening, for spending time with us and getting caught up on what is going on in the Peloton world. As always, Jamie, thank you so much. And from me here in Maryland, bye for now, everybody.
And from me here in Atlanta, thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching Pelo Buddy TV, your source for everything Peloton, by the community, for the community. Work out with us using the Pelo Buddy TV leaderboard tag. And don't forget to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and X at Pelo Buddy. Don't forget that we have a podcast available. Just search for Pelo Buddy wherever you get your podcasts from. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode.